What's going on, folks? This is Tom. Welcome back to Buy Spear and Axe. I haven't recorded anything for a little while, and you probably didn't notice because not like anyone watched the stuff before. In fairness, I don't blame you. It was bad. Okay, all I really had was video of me working out, big old fat boy, doing some lifts that didn't look really great. There was really just nothing to recommend them at all. I wouldn't have watched them either. And then you had me doing voiceover, and I'm sitting here talking over the workout, and it was freeform. It was what came in my mind, went out my mouth, and it became rambly, and I didn't get everything I wanted to say out, because it turns out when you just record working sets 3 days a week, it's not that much video. So I never really got to really get in depth on anything, and I didn't like what I was putting out, so I stopped. I decided to come back, and we're going to get a little bit into just why I'm going to do that in a minute. For right now, we're going to talk a little bit about what all was wrong with those old videos. I touched on it just a second ago, but we're going to get into more in depth. Number one, they were bad. Okay? And when I say bad, I mean, okay, I was in frame, I was in focus, and that's about the only good things I have to say about them. No slight meant to my son who recorded a lot of those. He's recording this one. He had to work with the equipment he had. I mean, it was just, there wasn't anything to go with there. Again, I was rambling. That was not very pleasant for anybody. And I was talking about stuff and trying to sound authoritative on stuff that I wasn't. I was barely understanding it myself, and I was trying to talk authoritatively because that's just the style I felt like was needed. And that wasn't really any good. So, when you couple that with the fact that there was really nothing interesting. I mean, you know, yeah, you watch me work out, but, you know, the weights weren't heavy. The form was bad. You know, people just don't... There's not a real market for watching fat boys lift weights. Go figure. You know, here I thought that was an underserved niche. Seriously, they weren't even interesting videos. I tried to make them dynamic by moving the camera, but that just didn't happen very much. So I stopped. It was a lot of work to get them edited, and it wasn't worth it to put up videos nobody wanted to watch, including me. Okay, I'm not criticizing anybody for not wanting to watch them. I didn't want to watch them. We're trying to up the production values now. For example, there's an actual shotgun microphone. That's going to increase the sound quality a bit. Then again, it's windy, and I really want to get shot so I can edit this stuff today. Maybe a little bit tomorrow. And I don't have a choice. This is when I can do it. Alright, so let's talk a little bit about the differences since I made my last video. Probably the biggest one since I made that last one was the fact that my last video was, hey, I lost 12 pounds, great, look at me. And since then, I've lost 52 more pounds. I'm down 64 total pounds. I'm sorry if there's y'all hear the lawnmower. I'm not sure how well that shotgun mic's drowning stuff out. But that's been the biggest change to me personally, and I'm very proud of it. I've worked really hard. My son is down almost 30 pounds right now. He started doing this about 2 months ago, so he's making really good progress. I'm very proud of him. Putting it out for everyone to see that I'm proud of him, so he never doubts it. But those are the big changes. What I want to do with this channel going forward, though, is to step away from that old content. the old content was, the video itself, themselves were bad, but what I was trying to do with it really wasn't any good. I was trying to do it basically a fitness channel mixed with a gun channel mixed with a martial arts channel. And I wasn't really qualified for most of that. I'm qualified to talk about firearms if I need to. In fact, I do it quite regularly as my day job. In other words, I don't want to have that here. But fitness, I was fat. I was fat. I was out of shape. I wasn't doing anything interesting. Had no reason to want to listen to me on that. I didn't want to listen to me on that. If I didn't want to listen to me, why would I expect you to? Martial arts, I didn't really have enough of a background for any of that either, so I have to find something better. And that probably ties into why I stopped doing videos before. I just didn't have enough to say. So the new focus I want to do is this. It's a new love I've had, or rekindling an old love, I should say, for historical European martial arts, HEMA. It's sword fighting, guys. I'm talking about stuff like sword fighting. But it's not just sword fighting. It's also wrestling. It's also dagger, which ties into using a knife. It's pugilism, which is bare knuckle boxing. It's all of those things. It's also talking about armor, because I'm a member of a group called Skull and St. George that does armor fighting. And I love armor. I've always been fascinated by it. I've made a little bit. I'm going to make some more, thank God. I'm really looking forward to the direction of all of this in that front. So, HEMA's going to kind of become a focus for me, but there's still going to be some ties to the past. There's still going to be fitness. Why is there still going to be some fitness? Because you need to be fit to do HEMA better. There's a lot of HEMA channels out there, but and some of them are really great. Let me be real honest about that. You've got Schologrim, who talks HEMA, and he talks swords, but he also talks like video games and stuff like that. You have Shadowversity, who will talk HEMA some, but he talks swords, he talks armor, he talks history. Cool stuff, but it's, you know, there are things that are being left out there, I think. Schola Gladiatoria, Matt Easton's channel, fantastic channel. Matt knows why. I'll be the first to tell you that. But he's been getting a little more into saber and like small sword, and I think, and a lot of later sword play. And that's not what I'm interested in. And I think for some people, that's not what they're interested in. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about HEMA, and I'm going to talk about equipment and techniques when I understand them enough to actually do techniques and talk about them and instruct people. I'm going to have that. I'm going to also include my thoughts on fitness training for HEMA. And that's going to be as it develops, because I'm a neophyte. I'm a HEMA newbie. I'm currently 2 weeks into training. Me and my son, 17 years old, about to be 18, so it's not like I'm training with a child. But, you know, we're out here doing it ourselves. We're trying to pick up some more people to do this, and we are still learning. So as I figure out some stuff, I'm probably going to include that. And, you know, all that kind of stuff, as well as talking about weight loss, nutrition, and stuff like that, because I showed I can know a little bit about losing weight somehow, even if just by accident. And the reasons why are very, very simple. You know, I want to talk about all this HEMA stuff because talking about nothing but staying alive feels really fatalistic. It feels very nihilistic, and it's not my nature. I'm a joker. I'm a bit of a comedian, you know, at heart, and I don't want to be a downer all the damn time. Okay, I don't want to talk about, oh God, you know, we're gonna do something or else, you know, people are gonna kill me. I'm not that paranoid. Now, in old videos that have since been delisted, you know, I do admit that the odds of being attacked are slim to none, because realistically they are. But it still feels very paranoid to worry about it that much. So, I'm talking about something that's a lot more fun. Right? Because, frankly, taking a sword and hitting somebody is a lot of fun. And since we're doing it in a training context, nobody's actually going to get injured. You know, they may get a sting, they may get some bruises, but they're not going to get necessarily injured unless we do something stupid. And that's a lot of a relief on me. It's a lot more entertaining to me. And I think it'll be more entertaining to you. It'll, you know, maybe get some people who are into HEMA will start liking the channel and start following it. Who knows? But that's where we're going to go from here. That's why we're going to go from there. That's why we're going to do it. Now that leaves the question, how often? I'm hoping to do one video per week. And we're going to start with some equipment reviews, because I have a few pieces of equipment that I've played around with a little bit, and I feel confident to review them enough. Again, it's through a neophyte's lens, but so be it. That's not necessarily a bad thing. So we're going to try it once a week. I'm not even sure what day just yet. We're filming this on a Saturday because I want to get it done this week. But we're going to do what we're going to do and go from there. So thanks a lot. I appreciate you guys stopping by to check it out. If you do me a favor, if you like what you saw or you're interested in what's coming next, hit like down to the bottom, hit subscribe, and hit that little notification bell so that way you actually know a video's coming up. And we will catch you next time.